Buckle up, true crime enthusiasts, because this episode is not for the faint-hearted. Imagine finding out your partner has a secret so dark, it could change everything you thought you knew about love and trust. Today, we're diving deep into a story where romance meets horror. A man stumbles upon his girlfriend's twisted link to a famous murderer, and a mother's desperate race against time to rescue her child from the clutches of evil. You won't want to miss a second of these jaw-dropping revelations, and let's uncover the chilling secrets together.
Our tale begins on a seemingly ordinary day. A 29-year-old man, whom we'll call Alex, finds himself in a precarious situation. Alex has been in a serious relationship with his girlfriend Jay for over a year. They've discussed moving in together, and Alex even found himself daydreaming about proposing. Jay, a smart, beautiful, and well-loved woman, seemed to embody everything he ever wanted. She was the kind of person who lit up any room she entered and could charm just about anyone with her wit and humor. But one weekend, everything changed. Feeling under the weather, Alex decided to spend the weekend at Jay's apartment. Little did he know, this would lead to an unsettling discovery that would forever alter his perception of their relationship. As he battled a stomach bug, he found himself alone in her bathroom, overwhelmed by nausea and discomfort. In a moment of vulnerability, he attempted to clean up after himself, but fate had another plan. While rummaging through her linen closet, Alex inadvertently knocked a small shoebox to the ground. Curiosity tugged at him, and as he opened the box, he found envelopes addressed to Jay from a prison in another state. Confused and alarmed, he discovered that Jay had been corresponding with a notorious criminal, someone he recognized immediately. The letters were from Chris Watts, a man infamous for the brutal murder of his pregnant wife and 2 young daughters, a case that had captured national headlines just a few years prior. Alex's heart raced as he read the affectionate tone of the letters. They were filled with sentiments typically reserved for intimate relationships, discussing feelings, dreams, and a connection that seemed eerily intimate. It felt as though he had stumbled upon a hidden world that he was not a part of, a world where Jay had forged a bond with a murderer, someone who had committed unspeakable atrocities. Overwhelmed by disbelief, Alex put the letters back and drove home in a daze. His mind raced with questions. How could Jay, someone he loved so deeply, be involved with a man like Chris Watts? How could she have kept this secret from him? The weight of betrayal settled heavily on his shoulders, and doubts began to creep in about their entire relationship. Had he ever truly known her? The image of Jay he had cherished now felt tainted by this shocking revelation. As he grappled with the revelation, Alex turned to the online community, seeking advice on the subreddit Relationship Advice. He poured out his heart, detailing his love for Jay, his shock at her hidden correspondence with a monster, and his confusion about what to do next. The responses flooded in, ranging from disbelief to outrage. Some commenters suggested that Jay was emotionally cheating on him, while others warned that this kind of fascination with a serial killer was deeply troubling and indicative of deeper issues. Meanwhile, in another part of the world, a different story began to unfold. In Egypt, a social media influencer named Kareem had been living a double life. By day, he was a charming English teacher on TikTok, known for his light-hearted language lessons and engaging personality. His videos often featured tips for learning English, and he had garnered a following for his approachable demeanor. However, behind this facade lurked a predator, one whose actions would soon shock the nation. Kareem was linked to a series of grisly murders that had left the Egyptian authorities scrambling for answers. 3 women were found dead, their bodies discarded in the desert. Each bore signs of torture, and the similarities between the victims suggested a connection that was becoming all too clear. The police began to realize that this was not an isolated incident, but part of a chilling pattern that pointed toward a serial killer. As investigators dug deeper, they uncovered the chilling truth. Kareem had lured his victims to his apartment under false pretenses, using his charm to win their trust before subjecting them to unimaginable horrors. With each new revelation, the community grew more horrified. Friends and family of the victims were left searching for answers, grappling with the fact that someone so seemingly normal could commit such heinous acts. How could a man who appeared to be a caring educator turn into a monster? Back in the United States, Alex was still reeling from his discovery. He found himself trapped in a cycle of anxiety and paranoia, replaying the moments shared with Jay in his mind. Could he truly trust her now? The letters he had read suggested a deep emotional connection to Chris Watts, raising alarm bells in Alex's mind. This wasn't just a fascination with true crime, this was something far more disturbing and personal. As days turned into weeks, Alex found himself unable to shake the feeling of betrayal. He watched Jay closely, searching for signs of deceit. Her laughter felt hollow, and their intimate moments were overshadowed by an unsettling tension. When they finally met to discuss the situation, the conversation was fraught with unspoken fears and mounting anger. Alex confronted her about the letters, his heart pounding in his chest, unsure of what he might hear. Jay, caught off guard, initially denied the extent of her communication with Watts. But as Alex pressed her, the truth began to unravel. She had been drawn into a world of darkness, captivated by the sensationalism of true crime stories. The letters were a way for her to connect with someone she believed was misunderstood, someone she thought she could help. But Alex struggled to understand how she could find solace in the words of a man who had taken the lives of his own family. While Alex was grappling with his relationship, Kareem's reign of terror was coming to an end. The authorities, armed with evidence linking him to the murders, moved in to arrest him. As they searched his apartment, they discovered a horrifying scene: torture devices, drugs, and disturbing videos of his crimes. The chilling details of his actions began to surface, painting a grotesque picture of his brutality. In the aftermath of his arrest, the media frenzy intensified. Kareem's ex-wife, Lubna, who had fled Egypt to escape his abuse, found herself thrust into the spotlight. With Kareem behind bars, she was desperate to reclaim her son, Zayn, who had been taken by Kareem's mother. Lubna's heart-wrenching pleas for help echoed across social media, drawing attention to her plight and the complexities of domestic violence. As Alex and Jay navigated the fallout from their confrontation, he couldn't help but draw comparisons between his relationship and Lubna's. Both women had hidden dangerous secrets, and both relationships had been tainted by darkness. Alex faced a choice. Could he forgive Jay and move forward, or was this revelation a sign that their love was doomed? Each moment spent with Jay felt like a reminder of the trust that had been shattered. The stories of Alex and Jay, and Lubna and Kareem, serve as a haunting reminder of the complexities of love and the shadows that can lurk behind closed doors. They highlight the fragility of trust and the devastating impact of hidden truths. As we peel back the layers of these relationships, we uncover the chilling truth. Sometimes the people we love can harbor the darkest secrets. As the narrative unfolds, we see how both Alex and Lubna grapple with their realities. Alex begins to question not just Jay's actions but also his own judgment. He finds himself searching for clues in their past conversations, wondering if there were signs he had missed. Lubna, on the other hand, reflects on her years with Kareem, trying to piece together how the man she once loved could become a monster. Both stories intertwine, showcasing the psychological impact of betrayal, the quest for justice, and the desperate need for closure. Alex's struggle to understand Jay's choices and Lubna's fight to reclaim her son reveal the raw emotions that come with love, loss, and the search for redemption. In the end, Alex must make a choice: to confront the reality of Jay's actions and decide whether their relationship can survive this revelation, or to walk away, preserving his own peace of mind. Lubna, meanwhile, continues her quest to find her son, fueled by a mother's love and the hope that she can protect him from the legacy of his father's crimes. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Beneath the Surface. If you found this story compelling, please subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, stay safe and always look a little deeper.